See what happened. Holy shit. Oh man. They killed me?
What kind of shit ending is that? I ain't dead. I'm coming back for more.
Sweet. Let's rock. That's it. I did beat it finally. Complete the single player campaign on easy difficulty is piece of cake, and complete on normal difficulty. Alright. Let me lower this a little bit so we can talk. Alright, well, that's it for the single player campaign of Duke Nukem Forever. It took a lot longer than it should have for a few reasons. A, because of the horrific loading, and B, because there were so many parts I had to replay over and over, but this game was not as bad as the media were saying it is. I mean, it's not a great game by any means. There's no question that there's a lot of things that hold the game back, okay, but it is not that bad of a game. And, you know, it's definitely an old school game, with, you know, the bosses that you have to, you know, just fight and fight and fight and fight again and again until you know, play them enough times that you beat them. You know, things like that. Some of the just annoying parts, like the those little things in the water, and then the freaking, you know, the barrels, which had absolutely nothing to do with the game, that were just in there to piss you off. But really, the one thing that held this game back, you know, on console through the whole time. Oh my god, I can't believe what I just did. My Xbox came unplugged from the wall. Oh my god. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to talk. Son of a bitch. Let's see if I can maybe continue something. That sucked. But anyway, yeah, the one thing that held the game back on console for sure is the fucking loading. I mean, it's horrendously bad because you die so many times in the game, and every time you die, you have to sit there and get punished between 30 to 60 seconds of loading every single time, and it sucks. See if I continue the campaign, what'll happen. Oh, it goes back to the final battle. That sucks because there was an ending. Apparently I heard that the real ending comes after the credits, but apparently I'm not going to be able to watch it now because I accidentally stepped on the power cord and unplugged my Xbox. Unless it saved after I killed him. We'll see. Did it? Yeah, okay, so we can do it anyway. Alright, well, we have to rewatch some of it, but that's okay considering I thought that it was all lost. But anyway, we can keep talking. Yeah, the loading was awful. Now, I know on PC, at least on DSP's PC, because I've watched, you know, him play a fair amount on his PC, the loading for him is almost instantaneous, so the dying, it may be frustrating, but nothing like it is on this. And obviously it makes the game a lot longer and more drawn out with the loading times for console. The graphics, were they the best? Obviously no, but they're not nearly as bad as people are saying again. you know, they hold up. I mean, they're not awful.
What kind of shit ending is that?
You know, and there was some unique elements to the game. There was, you know, some unique guns and stuff. There was some unique, you know, enemies, and I thought the diversity of settings was good. I thought you played in a bunch of different settings. I thought that there was actually a good diversity in gameplay. And I'm not talking about the BS like the barrels. I'm talking about, I thought at times there was actually good platforming. Especially with, I think the thing I enjoyed the most is when you were shrunk. I thought because those were the most dynamic settings, they were the most interesting. The platforming was pretty neat. I think my favorite level was probably the Duke Burger. When you were small and doing all that platforming, and you were shooting fighting enemies behind condiments and stuff. You know, that was pretty fun. But no, I mean, the game has its frustrations for sure. But again, it's a 90s style thinking game, and that's how, you know, the older games used to be before this new generation of FPS is the Call of Duty era or so, you could say. Where, you know, the thinking is different. You know, bosses are, you know, nowadays are not what bosses used to be, for the most part, you know. Bosses in this game was what they used to be. You know, these things that you said had a pattern to them, and you just had to, you know, keep playing over and over and over again until you know, learned a good strategy, you know, a good pattern or something, or just got lucky. You know, so, you know, this is just an older style game. It's certainly not, you know. So here you go. Gearbox like to make special time for the following. Intrepid developers spent up to 10 years on the project at 3D Realms before joining Gearbox Software. So, you know, it started with 3D Realms, and then, you know, eventually wound up with Gearbox. So as long as this game, all the things that this game went through, it turned out to be a pretty decent, solid game. You know, it's not a 3, which is what GameSpot gave it. But 5.5 from IGN, I can understand. That's a little bit more realistic, but I still think it's too low for the game. And let's not forget that there is actually still multiplayer to play, and that may, you know, increase my score. I have a score range in mind, and the multiplayer might increase it, you know, if it's good. And I've heard that actually the critics aren't ripping the multiplayer nearly as much as they did the campaign. So, you know, if it's good, then it may up my score. And I just have to say that the Duke Nukem theme is freaking badass. Okay, this song is freaking badass. But anyway, I can't even imagine how long these credits are going to be, simply because of how many people put you know, had a hand in this game over as long as it was being created. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, obviously I'll flush everything out in my official game review, which I'll do, you know, after I play the multiplayer. But overall, it's a solid game. It's not trash. It's not garbage. You know, it's not obviously the best. It's not really, you know, my style of game. I much prefer the more modern FPSs, but at the same time, you know, sometimes it's nice to go back and play an older school game, which is what this was. So, overall, not bad. Pretty decent, you know. Again, besides, you know, they had a number of things that held the game back, for sure, but I thought there was also a number of things that actually made the game pretty fun. So, yeah. I guess everything else, I have a lot more to talk about and flush out, obviously, but I'll save that all for my game review. But, you know, just reactions right after beating it, you know, it was pretty good. It held up. Those parts at the end were pretty annoying, I do have to say, after, you know, the boss fight with the Octa King, the freaking, you know, like I said, that part underwater, and then the, And then that part with the barrels, that was just stupid. That was... I really don't know why they put that in the game. These are all the names of Gearbox. I don't know what's going on with the credits right now. They're leaving all kinds of marks and stuff as they travel. I don't know what that's about, but yeah. See, between 1997 and 2011, that was the development time for the game. So, but Duke's Babies, all the women voice actors, I guess. Music. John St. John as Duke Nukem. But yeah, so apparently, like I said, there is a the true ending to the game comes after the credits. So look at all the different languages this game was released in. You got French, Spanish, German. Italian. This game was released all over the world in all these different languages. But, you know, again, and it's hard for me to say much about this game or compare it to really anything because, you know, I didn't play Duke Nukem 3D, like I said when we started. You know, because obviously I was 4 when this game came out in 1996, so I can't compare it to, you know, Duke Nukem 3D. I can't compare it to, you know, what it was like waiting for, you know, 14 years for this game to come out, and now that it has, what do I think? You know, I can't do any of that, but just from playing it, like I said, pretty solid game. And we'll see what the multiplayer has in store. Obviously, this is a game, if you have a PC, a gaming PC, I would absolutely recommend this game for the PC. The aiming is a lot better. That was something else with this game. The aiming was really not precise at all with the Xbox 360 gamepad. It was really bad. Even when I turned down the sensitivity, and the loading times are, you know, like I said, almost instantaneous on a good gaming PC, and the graphics are better on a gaming PC. So absolutely, this is a game that you should get on PC if you can, because the experience overall is just a lot better. It's going to take less of your time simply because the loading will be faster, and honestly, you won't have to replay parts as many times because you'll have good aiming, you know, precise aiming, and it won't cause you to lose, you know, a bunch of fights that you shouldn't lose. But by the way, I also read somewhere where there's supposedly over 300 Easter eggs, or, you know, references to other games, movies, pop culture, all this stuff. There's apparently over 300 in this game, and we ran into a few of them. You know, we ran into Isaac Clarke, the Dead Space Easter egg. You know, a lot of the Easter eggs are things he says. He said, you know, that one part breaking the wood, a crowbar would be useful. That's a Half-Life 2 reference. He said, I hate Valve puzzles on one of the things, obviously talking about Valve Software, who makes games like Portal and Half-Life. There was a Halo reference apparently that I didn't see, but it's in DSP's playthrough. You run up, you see Spartan armor, and he says power armors for pussies, or something like that. Obviously, he called one of the octopus Octopussy, which is James Bond, so, you know, there's a lot of references, Easter eggs in the game, which is pretty cool. Especially there's over 300. It's cool to see all those things, and it's cool to be able to recognize it. Obviously, that whole sequence with the barrels was probably supposed to be like a Donkey Kong reference, especially when he got to the top and he said, oh, I was expecting a monkey. I would have said something when that happened, but I was so so determined to beat that stage to not have to play it again that I didn't want to say anything. So, but yeah, he got to. I was expecting a monkey, so obviously, you know, a Donkey Kong reference. He said when we went in there, where's a hammer when you need it? And I don't exactly know what he was talking to. I'm sure that is an Easter egg. I'm not exactly sure, you know, what it's supposed to be an Easter egg of, but so yeah, long ass credits, really erotic photography. Looks like we may be at the end now, and we can see what this other ending is. I got an achievement, 5 gamers, special thanks. What is that? Watch the credits all the way through. Oh shit, a press conference. So here's your real ending. He's obviously not dead.
Dude, now that the aliens are dead and you've saved the world once again, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna run for president.
Oh shit. Oh man.
To the king, baby.
He's gonna run for the president of the US. Damn. So that's the real ending. Duke Nukem decides he's gonna run for president. Holy shit. But anyway, alright, so that's it for the single player campaign on Duke Nukem Forever. As you can see, there is Xbox Live online, which we will get to maybe tomorrow. We'll do some gameplay. I know obviously when you see this it won't be tomorrow. I'm just saying that in real time, but yeah, that's it. A solid game, not nearly as bad as the media was saying it is. But yeah, that's all. And Duke Nukem's going to run for president of the United States. So, alright, I'll see you guys with the multiplayer.